managing partner for Ibarra
who,
Capital,
as you understand,
whose fund owns the assets.
Yes, yeah. Who, as we understand, and you try to dispute that appears to be the one posing a problem.
Oh, it's possible that he's the
otherwise, there's actually no problem. Because
he set up the fund that owns assets. So if you're having issues with him, you have to resolve the issue.
The minister wrote to him and said, I refer to your earlier correspondence in respect of the above subject matter, as well as the various press releases and public statements that have since been issued concerning the dispute. In light of the circumstances, I have decided to grant the parties a final period of 7 days within which to resolve the matter amicably. Should this period elapse without a mutually agreed resolution, a decision shall be taken in the best interests of the country. I strongly urge all parties to refrain from addressing this matter through the media and instead focus on constructive dialogue and responsible engagement. Consequently, the Minerals Commission is directed to facilitate and support the parties in resolving their differences in order to ensure timely commencement of the project. You say the only way forward you can see is a new agreement.
No, first of all, a new commercial strategy, a new understanding of what business they want to do together. Are they still do they still trust each other enough to partner to build a mine? Or has the trust been broken, but these people are willing to exit and let Mr. Ibrahim take over? That has to be the first thing you resolve. Because if you don't resolve that, you cannot do any proper enhanced mediation. You have to first decide, is it the original intent, which is you come in, you put some money to reduce our liabilities that we've already spent, to give you a right to participate. It's a right to participate. Now you have the right to participate, you help us build a mine. Is that still the intent? If that's not the intent, they should just do a new agreement, right? That reflects the new intent.
But this is a right of participation that has an end in sight. Yes. And the end in sight is that EMP will own all the interests of these parties.
Yes, but the companies will exit at a higher valuation. You understand? So you put in more money to increase the valuation, you get 1/3. You put in additional money, the valuation of the company goes up again, you get another 1/3. And then finally you get a full 1/3. So by the time you've done that, the full valuation of the company will have been higher, so their exits will be more valuable. Nobody comes and spends 6 years and assumes liabilities and then spend about 40 million on project work and then leave with nothing.
So we have had people criticize the minister's intervention. You say that this intervention is helpful.
The ultimatum is a problem. The dates, because this is a thing that has been going on for months, and we have one leg of proceedings in Ghana, one leg in London. You can't give them 7 days. What you can say is that the government is actively interested in the whole of Upper West, become one of our major gold hubs. The north of Ghana is one of the areas where we have intense policy interest to see transformed. Therefore, I want you to finish, speed up your resolution matters, and I will facilitate that. But the minister has to address a problem, which he says the Mineral Commission should be the one that does. But it's the Mineral Commission that EMP claims on their side, has issued an objection letter to go and take over. And we also know that there are senior executives at the Minerals Commission.
Can we not easily understand? Can we not easily understand the government side? They say the project must be given the opportunity to start. You, as in
you don't have the
Ibarra or whoever they are, you have been at this project since 1992.
But that's not correct. They have not. They acquired the project fully in 2020. And I've shown you that in the average in the world.
No, that's the intervention by Ibarra.
Yes, but Ibarra does not respond for whoever it is that used to own the assets. And I've shown you that there are
isn't that a sign that these guys are just wasting everybody's time?
Enough gold.
And if somebody has been able to procure $100 million that helps us to proceed quickly, we just jettison them and move on.
The average period in the world is almost 16 years to get to a point from discovery to production of the mine.
We've done 20 years plus,
very
right?
Good. And that 20 years has increased the value of the mine to Ghana. So now everybody knows that Ghana has this amount of gold sitting there. If you take just the contained gold, there's a naive analysis. You have gold almost 2 million ounces. At today's price, that's almost $7 billion. When the gold was discovered at Kumche, there was nothing.
All right.
So that value has increased to Ghana's benefit.
Okay.
So the minister needs to take away the ultimatum, but facilitate a new meeting of minds with a new commercial strategy. What is the right way, given the history of these two parties? Can we craft something that potentially takes away the mistrust? Because it's mechanical, legal technology. What kind of clausing and things like that and party you bring in, etc., that ensures that they can still trust each other to work for it? Or one of them may change their mind that, okay, I don't want to work together with you, but pay me and let me go out.
My producers have told me how many times now that we need to end this discussion here, unfortunately. But Bright, the very last one.
Yeah.
If you got to know, and I suppose you will, that in 2023, as they do this process towards 2024, even the Minerals Income Investment Fund, MIF,
Yes.
seeks to support Ibrahim Mahama with the first 50 million that is required. And he declines, or the EMP decline, because they don't want to have anything to do with government.
Well,
because of his relationship with the president, even at the time when they were in opposition, he does this. But do you still, with this knowledge, do you still have the suspicion of some, overriding and overbearing, posture or capacity over the regulatory agencies?
Well, EMP is the one that tells us that they have this influence over regulators. Something that they are taking offense to and sued me over. I don't know who advised him to do that suit. But on top of that, the situation is the way that the agreement is written does not allow you to go and take money and come and do an acquisition. It says come and invest in the company, on the books of the company. Or if you take the money that way, then do an equity transaction. Maybe because the company itself was also worried about these kinds of issues, which is why they wanted the transaction to be done in Azuma Resources rather than EMP. Whatever be the case, three things are important for us. Mineral resources in Ghana are public matters. Therefore, we have a right to intervene. The north of Ghana and its development through mineral resources, a new strategy for the development of the north. In the past, they didn't have minerals. And we used to argue that that's why the colonialists ignored the north. Now, the north is going to have minerals.
Okay.
We want that to happen. For that to happen, they need to raise a lot of money, not just 100 million. They need to raise at least 300 million in total. To raise that kind of money, they need to stop the current confusion. ECOWAS Bank's entry to claim a fait accompli doesn't help that. The government should now facilitate a situation where they come to a meeting of minds and come to a new joint commercial intent to move this forward. That's all I'm saying.